Katherine Johnson was born August 26, 1918, in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. From a young age, her passion lay with math. She counted anything she could find, from steps to dishes. By the time she was 10, Katherine became a high school freshman. In 1928, the time when most black children finished school after the 8th grade, this was unheard of. Johnson's father was intent on his children receiving a good education, and in the absence of desegregated high schools, he drove Katherine and her older siblings over 100 miles away to a place called Institute. There, she completed her high school career, graduating at 14. When she was only 15, Katherine went to college at West Virginia State University. One of her professors, a successful black mathematician by the name of William W. Claytor, Ph.D., encouraged her to chase her passion for math. He prepared her by having her take many courses, in which a great deal she was the only student. She graduated summa cum laude in 1937 with a degree in math and French at age 18, and also attended graduate school at WVSU in 1939. Katherine was one of the 3 other black students to integrate the previous all-white graduate program. However, after a year she left due to racial tension. After college, Katherine married, had 3 children, and taught math and French. In 1953, she was accepted to the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, the organization that existed before NASA. They had just opened positions for women of color who were mathematicians. Katherine worked at the Langley Research Center in Virginia as a woman computer, performing calculations by hand, which modern-day computers do electronically. African American computers were set apart in a room titled Colored Computers. For 2 weeks, Katherine worked as a computer before she was transferred to the Flight Research Division. There, she computed the flight trajectory of the first American in space, Alan Shepard, in 1961, and in 1962, calculated the trajectory of John Glenn. Even though electronic computers were now in use, he asked Katherine to recheck the computer's calculations.
It took me a day and a half to compute what the computer had given him. Turned out to be the exact numbers that they had.
Johnson also calculated the Apollo 11's flight path to the moon and benefited other programs at NASA, including the Space Shuttle program, the Apollo missions, and the development of the Earth Resources Satellite. She retired in 1986. Katherine Johnson has accomplished many things, such as receiving honorary degrees from multiple universities. In 1967, she won a Group Achievement Award. She also was the recipient of the NASA Lunar Orbiter Award and Special Achievements Awards. In 1997, she was the Mathematician of the Year of the National Technical Association. In 2015, she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama. NASA dedicated a building to her in 2016, the Katherine G. Johnson Computational Research Facility. A biography about the female African-American mathematicians who worked at NASA, Hidden Figures, was published last September by Margaret Lee Shetterly. A movie adaptation, also called Hidden Figures, will follow, in which Taraji P. Henson acts as Katherine Johnson.
Space Test Group needs a computer.
Catherine's the gal for that. She can handle any numbers you put in front of her.
This is about inventing the math, because without it, we're not going anywhere.
Yes, sir. That's John Glenn.
What do you guys do for NASA?
Calculate your launch and landing site.
Katherine Johnson represents the value of curiosity. Before she went to work at NASA, she was genuinely interested in learning more about what she loved, which led to her entering and graduating early from high school and college and becoming a large part of the success of American heroes like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin of the Apollo 11.
They'd call a group of engineers and have a briefing as to what they were going to have to do. And I asked, could I go? They said, women don't ever go to those. I said, is there a law against it? They said, no, we'll let her go ahead. I wanted to know what it was they were looking for.
Her determination to be an equal part of the efforts of NASA and her probing questions earned her a spot at important meetings. Over the course of her life, Katherine has defeated many gender and racial barriers and has now come to be recognized for all of her accomplishments.